Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90, blue 90. Over, over, over.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Oh, what a move. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
Check, Patriot.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. Evades him at the... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Sony Michel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
All right, here we go.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try to jump.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Able to spin free. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Operating from the gun. Fry steps away to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They're trying to resurrect. His confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. In for the score. And the Panthers, they're able to... Draw a bit closer. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis for the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
On second down, Michel. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Set, 3-19.
On third down, Fry. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Toss play, Kamara. Oh, a nice spin. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Leopard! Leopard! Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Boston Scott, his first carry. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That was a heck of a sprint. Tried to get to the end zone, didn't quite get there, just short, out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I know the defense is relieved he didn't get to the end zone, and the guy who was carrying the ball, a little frustrated, he didn't make it all the way.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Sony Michel with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Lutz now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Dances by him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Right back to him on first down. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down. Scott, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Lutz now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've come to... So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm... Well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They start the second half with Michel on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way up to the 46. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Patriot! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a toss. Kamara left side. Finding room inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run on first down. Scott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Toss. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Fry. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will make the lead now 26. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, Some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy is going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Sony Michel, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints are pouring it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Switzer. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Back to throw here. Open man is Switzer, complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. This is brought in at the 21. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. An update from down in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Looking long for that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints just continue to roll. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear a coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
play fake here on first down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
He'll get it up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Set. 319. 319.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Panthers gain a bit of respectability.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
To throw on second down. Fry. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Sony Michel taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints are pouring it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Fielded about a yard deep. A beautiful fake. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Panthers have recovered.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a
First
little
down.
discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
That false start costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, 1st and
Let's
goal.
go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Sturgis adds the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Again, it's Michelle. Room here to run. Got some room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Fry sliding out of the pocket. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll set up the throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's go. 319.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whenever